The culture of the organization is often in favor of your boss rather than your inferior. And the way that organizations see their roles in young people's lives is that the caseworker is the caseworker, the manager is the boss, and the young person is the inferior. So because of the culture of that way of having an organization, it's never that the caseworker is fighting for the young person to have more rights and fighting for the young person to have more participation and involvement in their case plan. It always tends to be that the manager is saying, oh, we don't want to put so much money on the leave and care plan, we've only got a certain budget, and oh, this young person needs to go to counselling, so organise a counsellor. Whatever it is that a manager is kind of giving to the caseworker goes, oh, that's my boss, I'm doing it, and putting that on the young person. And it's a vibe, basically, that, it's a distinct aura of the way that system works within the organisation that a young person can feel immediately, that a young person knows that they are the pawn that gets, just gets dragged around, A caseworker often organises a counsellor or, this particular free lawyer, or, organises what school they're going to change to because they've moved, without saying, oh, so you've just moved to a new foster care family. Would you like to change schools to the one down the street, or would you prefer to take the bus for 40 minutes to get to your old school? You're 13, you're old enough to take the bus. What would you prefer? And the young person might say, I prefer to go to be at the school next door. That would be great. Or the young person might say, well, I think that I would prefer to stay at my old school. I've got a teacher I really like there, and I've got loads of friends that I want to stick around with. They may just as easily say, oh, no, I'd much prefer a clean slate. I hate my old school. But with having the young person's involvement in that decision-making process is so empowering and gives them so much more control over their lives. It's often sort of forgotten that a caseworker's job is to fight for the rights and freedoms of the young person and not just to impart decision-making from above. So it's quite hard to reverse the way that we're seeing that culture. But it's sort of quite important, and I know that, it's not obligatory, but the best caseworkers I've ever had have seen their young people as being more important, as having more important opinions than their managers when it comes to the young person's own life. And those caseworkers are always the best caseworkers.
And true advocates, really.
They're true advocates. They're actually advocating for the young